All right, I'm going to have you guys raise your right hand. Do you, 2nd District Councilor Tom Bridge, 4th District Councilor Jackie Stenberg, 6th District Councilor Len Joyle, 8th District Councilor Mike Herrick, and 10th District Councilor Bob Brown, having been elected to the position of City Councilor of the City of Superior at the April 5th, 2011 spring election, swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully discharge the duties of your office to the best of your ability, so help you God. Have you raise your right hand? Do you, Bruce C. Hagan, having been elected as the mayor in the City of Superior at the April 5th, 2011 spring election, swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully discharge the duties of said mayor to the best of your ability, so help you God?
The April 19th meeting of the Common Council will come to order, please. Would the clerk call the roll?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilor Olson.
Here.
Councilor Bridge.
Here.
Councilor Bender.
Here.
Councilor Stenberg. Here. Councilor McDonald. Here. Councilor Joyle.
Here.
Councilor Finsland.
Here.
Councilor Herrick.
Here.
Councilor McKenzie is joining us via speakerphone. Mick, can you hear us?
Here.
Okay. And Councilor Councilor Brown. Here. Councilor Sather. Here. And Councilor Nowicki.
To read an opening statement to the members of the council, the administration, and the public. It gives me great pleasure, with humbleness and gratitude, being with you here this evening as we accept the reins of responsibility and vision for the good and for the future of Superior. Allow me to begin my message by thanking the people of Superior for their confidence and trust in allowing me to serve as mayor for the next 4 years. My gratitude runs deep, and I pledge to work tirelessly to further earn the trust placed in me. I also want to say thanks again to the very talented and professional core campaign committee and the many volunteers who gave of their time over the months believing in our message and goals. Next, I'd like to take this time to thank the members of the administration for accepting the many phone calls, emails, letters, and meetings they have afforded me over the past months and especially the past 2 weeks. Well, until this moment, I was not in an official position to warrant their time and confidence. Many in the administration and within the various departments reached out to me, offered solid, concise briefings and meetings. To a person, I'm impressed, and I'm impressed with the deep knowledge and professionalism that you all have. I thank you, and I'm very much looking forward to working with all of you. As mayor, I very much look forward to working closely with each of you as council members toward ensuring that the priorities of your district are addressed and completed, and that your vision for Superior is embraced. Collectively, we will prioritize efforts and initiatives benefiting the entire community. This is not to say that we all have the same priorities through our respective vision and what will be necessary to moving the city of Superior forward in the right direction, or how we achieve our respective goals as one, but to me that is a good collective solution that gives rise to all concerns, input, and valued participation in reaching our joint objectives. With that, I'm anxious to accompany you through your respective districts on an initial tour to look at areas to witness and record critical needs and projects that you believe will benefit your constituents and our community as a whole. We'll be coordinating those tours promptly in accordance with your respective schedules. The findings will be brought forward in open discussion and prioritization for funding and scheduling. Regular tours in the districts will also assist the various departments and me to more fully visualize your priorities and that your constituents have. Every new administration, whether public or private, expresses his or her vision, priorities, and platform for the organization, in this case for the City of Superior. What are the priorities before us? There are many. And we'll have the responsibility of selecting where they fall in line. And while I feel the following to be major priorities through my point of view and that of many citizens that I have spoken or met with, you as councilors also have and see priorities that Superior will need and be heard, and you should be heard loud and clear. Together and with continued citizen input, I know that we will be able to move forward in a timely effort to bring our joint vision to fruition. Foremost, we will work with our business community to ensure that we as a city recognize the value and the commitment that is put out there for every day by them to create jobs, keep jobs in place, and try to grow their businesses, whether large or small. In other words, we need to attend to our own first and attract new and complementary businesses and industries that will secure a diversified industrial and business job base here in Superior. Second, and to grow the city, I am fixated on cleaning up and making the city look more crisp, attractive, and inviting to those coming here and those of us that choose to call Superior our home. And for those that pass through Superior on a daily basis or for the first time, we want to create an atmosphere that causes them to pause and say, let's take a look. This I call an opportunity, not a challenge. I think it is exciting to believe that we can be done and putting one vision, all of our visions to work. With that, and already having had these discussions internally, I intend to be very hands-on in assisting all of the departments to achieve their goals and their priorities, as well as the Common Council. Infrastructure to some is just a 14-letter word. I hope I counted that correctly. To me, it's a lifeline. It's the arteries and the pulse of a community. In that, our patient, our city, is in need of major structural attention. This effort will be among the priorities of our administration. Initial and continuing priorities will include a number of fronts. First and foremost, as I mentioned, we'll work with our existing businesses and industries. One effort I intend to do with the help of the administration is to go out and meet with businesses and industries, not to talk to them, but to listen to them, to find out what is on their mind, how we can help them grow, how we can help get out of their way, if that's the case, and forward their effort to increase their opportunities and the opportunities for the people that they employ. It's common concern and it's a common knowledge that in the economic development circles, approximately 60% of the people in this country are employed by employers that have fewer than 10 people. And that's compelling. When we think about the job growth in America, we have the mega opportunities and industries, but more than not, the employers of every community in this country, most of them, 60% of them, hire and have fewer than 10 people working for them, and that's the sustenance of most communities in our country. Much of my time will be dedicated to outreach within the community and seeking new business and industrial members to the city, working closely with the Development Association, the Chamber, UWS, WITC, our school district, and the many organizations we have in Superior. I want to just pause and say that in the past few months, and actually in the past couple of weeks, I have talked to some businesses that have absolutely astounded me. Example, Dick DeBolt from Twin Ports Testing. I did not know They have about 40 people down there, professional staff. I did not know that they are basically a nationwide company. They do services all across this nation. We need to promote that. I did not know that Lakehead Painting has within their organizations, a business that has a major, one of the largest industrial and high-level commercial billboards all across this country. We need to promote that. We have so many gems and jewels in this community. That's why we want to and should want to talk to them and listen to them so that we can use them as our ambassadors across our area and across the country in order to encourage more people in the business and industry to come here. They like it here, and I think they can go a long way in attracting opportunities for us as a partner. In tandem, we'll work closely with our congressional delegation and our state representatives on matter of high priority for Superior and Douglas County. Within the city, a number of measures will take precedence along with those that you as councilors determine to be your priorities within your districts and for the good of the city. Please allow me to briefly list some primary areas that I know are of deep concern to me, I am sure to you as councilors, and to our residents and businesses. Under the heading of policies, we would like to conduct a bottom-up review of the storm runoff fee. I have met with many businesses over the months, and it's a business killer. It's an absolute business killer. I have spoken to one major operation in town, and his comment to me, facetiously but with sincerity, is, which 3 people do you want me to fire to pay that storm sewer runoff bill? Which 3 people do you want me to fire? And I've talked with others, including nonprofits, one church which I believe their original bill was $5,000 a year. He says, my parishioners can't afford that. So I would like to take the opportunity to take a review of that and look to see what we can do to make it a business-friendly runoff fee, and hopefully for our residents also. The other one is the sewage fee. We've got some dire needs in the community. Jeff can speak to that better than I, as far as the necessity to keep the sewers and sanitary systems up to date and up to code and up to regulation. So that costs money. So with regard to that, we'd like to take a look at that again and see what we need to do, but equally so, I personally will be doing a lot of lobbying in Washington, because right now as we speak, I know there's at least one bill before Congress which is $500 million for storm and sewer water systems and upgrades, and that will not go away. The pressure with regard to the government mandating more of this will also increase the need and the pressure to fund part of this. So I think we have to have that as a major focus. Under the heading of infrastructure, the primary 5-year plan priorities, at least as I see them, would be to continue with our storm and sanitary sewer system repairs and replacement, developing a comprehensive street replacement program, of course, reconstruction of Tower Avenue, which is scheduled for 2013, elevate the reconstruction of the Belknap Street, which is another Washington visit, address the comprehensive park plan, address restoration of public areas on Wisconsin Point, and develop and implement a plan, design, and upgrade of the city entrances. Major construction will be the new animal shelter, evaluate and seek the opportunity for a convention center, which will enable us to bring conventions to our community, and a couple other items that are of interest to the administration. I very much look forward to working with all of you and all city departments to execute the interests and vision that we all share for Superior and moving forward. Your commitment to the community is evidenced by the decades of experiences and involvement that you have had as councilors in serving the people of Superior. Together with deep citizen dialogue and conversation, we will provide the leadership that will help grow opportunities for all residents of Superior and an environment which will attract new residents and businesses. I thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you.
Item 3.2 is the selection of council president.
Nominate Councilor Mary,
Yes? Mick?
I'd like to nominate Dan Olson.
Warren and Bob Brown just nominated Dan Olson for president.
Okay, I couldn't hear that.
Okay, sorry.
Is there a second? By failure or lack of a second, the motion...
I'll second that. I couldn't hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mick, it was a motion by Jackie Stenberg to nominate Tom Bridge.
Oh, okay. Did you get a second for Dan Olson?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear that.
Okay.
If I may just respectfully decline that nomination.
Tom Bridge is declining the nomination for president.
Okay.
Is there any other nominations? Okay, with that, we have a motion and a second for Councilor Olson as president.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations, Mr. President.
3.3 is selection of council vice president. Councilor Olson.
I'd like to nominate Mike Herrick.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor to nominate Mike Herrick as council vice president. Are there any other nominations on the floor?
Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations, Vice President Herrick.
Item 4 is approval of the April 6, 2011 regular council meeting minutes.
Any discussion? Is there a second?
Yes.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Item 5.1 is a public hearing to consider a resolution introduced by the Common Council to vacate and discontinue Chestnut Street between Garfield and Washington Avenues.
All those that wish to speak in favor of? Pardon me? Or in opposition? All those that wish to speak in favor of or opposition? Second time? For the final time, all those that wish to speak in favor of or in opposition? Hearing and seeing none, the hearing will close.
A resolution introduced by the Common Council to vacate and discontinue Chestnut Street between Garfield and Washington Avenues.
You've heard the motion and second. Discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 6 is the consent agenda.
Move for approval. Hearing the motion and second to approve, any discussion or separation? Seeing and hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 7.1, Parks and Recreation Administrator Morgan is requesting the council agree to the renewal of the Hayes Court Ball Field Complex lease, maintenance, and operation agreement with Superior Youth Organization for the term 2011 through 2013.
Motion in multiple seconds. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Item 8.1, Council President Finsland is requesting to reappoint Toby Johnson to the Mayor's Commission on Disabilities, Tom Wandolkowski to the Park and Recreation Commission, and to appoint Tom Bridge to the Northwest Regional Plan Commission Steering Committee for the planning process regarding Wisconsin Point.
Second. You've heard the motion and second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 10.1 is a resolution adopting the City of Superior and UW Superior multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan update.
Motion approved. Second. You've heard the motion and second. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, I'm sorry. Counselor Bender.
Bender, yes. Should hold up my name tag. Anyway, I just had a couple brief questions on this. This is just an update of the plan. This doesn't actually entail, like in the last 20 pages or so, there's almost $16 million of outlay if we were to do any of those mitigation strategies. This is just an updating of the plan. It's not spending any money. Correct? Correct. Okay, well, then I can vote in favor of it. Thank you.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
11.1 is an ordinance amending the City Code, Chapter 112, the Traffic Code, Schedule A, disabled do not block sidewalk zones by removing 1518 John Avenue.
You've heard the motion and second. Discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried.
There's no one signed up to speak under business by public. There's no one signed up to speak under business by public.
Any business by the public? Councilor Olson.
I'd just like to thank the council for their vote and their confidence in selecting me as your president. Look forward to working with the mayor, the staff, and the council and the public. We do have a lot of challenges in front of us and a lot of goals. So I think they're all common goals and common challenges. So thank you again. Look forward to working with all of you.
Motion to adjourn.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Aye. We stand adjourned.